All right, let's jump right in. If you work in product, if you run a company, you've probably felt this in your gut. The old ways of growing your business, they just aren't cutting it anymore. So, we're going to break down exactly why your growth playbook is falling apart, and, more importantly, what you need to build in its place. I want to kick things off with a question that might feel a little, well, wrong. We've been told our whole careers that building an amazing product is the key to everything. But what if that's only half the story? What if the real secret to unicorn level success is actually hiding somewhere else entirely? And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. We have all used software that is clunky, infuriating, software you're pretty sure actively hates you, and yet that company is an absolute giant, a monopoly even. How is that possible? Well, the answer isn't the product. It's something else. And that something else is distribution. This is it. This is the single most important and honestly the most overlooked piece of the whole puzzle. We're not just talking about marketing here. We're talking about how your product actually gets into the hands of users in a way that's predictable, sustainable, and really, really hard to copy. The contrast here is just so important to understand. We obsess over building the perfect product, right? But millions, literally millions of incredible products have died quiet deaths simply because nobody ever saw them. On the flip side, a company with fantastic distribution can totally own a market even with a product that's just, fine. A great product definitely helps your distribution, but it's the distribution that ultimately wins the game. So how do the fastest growing companies pull this off? Well, they're not thinking about those old school linear funnels where you just pour money in the top and pray customers fall out the bottom. No, they build loops. A loop is basically a compounding system. A new user does something and that action creates an output, like an invite or some shared content that pulls in the next user who then does the same thing. It becomes this incredible self-perpetuating growth engine. Dropbox is the classic textbook example of this. A new user uploads a file, they share it with a friend or a colleague, and then a certain percentage of those people sign up. Boom. That one simple product loop built right into the core experience is what powered Dropbox to its first $1 billion with almost zero marketing spend. And get this, today it still drives 60% of their acquisition. Their users literally are their marketing team. Okay, but here's the big uh-oh moment for all of us. The reliable distribution channels that companies like Dropbox use to build their empires, they're collapsing. The ground is literally shifting right under our feet, and those old playbooks are becoming totally obsolete. And it's not just one little thing either. It's more like a perfect storm. There are two massive interlocking forces that are fundamentally changing how users find and use products, and it's making it harder than ever to get new customers. So, force number one is the rise of conversational AI. I mean, think about your own habits. Why would you spend 20 minutes clicking through a dozen blue links on Google when you can just ask an AI for a direct, synthesized answer? User behavior is changing at breakneck speed, and any company that built its house on the rock of Google search is starting to feel the tremors. And we are not talking about a small dip here. This is catastrophic. Companies like G2, for instance, built their entire growth model on SEO. After ChatGPT launched, their acquisition from search plummeted by 80 to 90%. That's not just a change in the weather. That is an extinction-level event for an entire growth strategy. And the second force? The social media clampdown. Platforms like LinkedIn, X, you name it, their goal now is to keep you on their app for as long as possible. They call it intensity of use. So when you post a link to your own website trying to drive traffic, their algorithms see that and actively push it down. The algorithm giveth and the algorithm taketh away. So, okay, your old channels are on life support. But wait, there's more. There's another, kind of sneakier threat bubbling up. This one isn't just about how you find customers. It's about whether your product is even defensible anymore. And wow, this quote just cuts right to the chase, doesn't it? With AI and all these powerful new no-code tools, the barrier to building software is just collapsing. If your product's main feature is pretty simple, what's to stop your customers from just building their own version and cutting you out completely? So you gotta ask yourself, where does my product fit on this grid? If your product has really complex features that are hard to copy and people use them a lot, you're probably safe, for now. But if your most used features are actually pretty simple, welcome to the danger zone. That bar for what's considered special is rising, and it's rising fast. And this isn't some far-off theory. It is happening right now. Things that used to be whole businesses, like e-signatures or forms or scheduling tools, are now just features that someone can build in an afternoon. DocuSign actually threatened to sue a user who rebuilt their core product. I mean, come on. When you're calling your lawyers, you have already lost the product war. All right, so it all sounds a bit doom and gloom, right? The old moats are crumbling, the channels are drying up, but it's not. I promise. It just means we need a new playbook. We have to start building new, more durable moats that can withstand these changes. And here they are. These are the 6 new moats for today's world. We've got velocity, which is all about shipping faster than anyone else. Data is about having unique insights that make your product smarter. Brand is about creating an experience people love. Ecosystems is about plugging into other platforms. Founder socials is about humanizing your company. And the creator economy is about leveraging influencers. See, these aren't about trapping people. They're about creating so much value that they never want to leave.
Let's just take brand for a second. The old way of thinking, that was marketing's job. Logos, colors, billboards. But the new brand, that's a product exercise. It's about the user experience itself. It's that feeling a user gets in every single click, every interaction. Is it delightful? Is it intuitive? That feeling is the brand. Then there's velocity. This one's huge. Can you ship real, meaningful updates every single day while your big, slow competitors are stuck on yearly release cycles? To do this, you need a new kind of employee, someone who's AI native, who can take an idea from start to finish. And you need a culture that gives them the autonomy to just go. And last but not least, let's talk ecosystems. Instead of trying to claw your way to your own distribution, why not just plug into someone else's? A smart integration, a key partnership, that can get you in front of millions of users overnight. The new OpenAI App Store, for example, that could be the next huge distribution wave. You've got to be ready to jump on those waves. So, when you pull all of these ideas together, what do you get? You get one single, really powerful conclusion that kind of flips everything we thought we knew about growth on its head. Your product is not just a thing that you sell. It is your single best, most predictable, most defensible distribution channel. Period. By baking these growth loops, that strong brand experience, and those ecosystem hooks directly into your product, you create a growth engine that no one can easily copy or shut down. And you know, that brings us right back to where we started. A great product is the price you pay to even play the game. It's table stakes. But it is no longer enough to win. The companies that are going to thrive in this new world are the ones that get it. It's great product plus great distribution, built right into the core experience. So the game has changed. The old rules are out the window, and that playbook you've been using is officially obsolete. The only question left for you is, looking at this new landscape, what's the first new moat you're going to build?